Welcome to Sound Partners 1, Lesson 3. Today we will review the 3 previous sounds we have learned and learn about a new sound. Let's review our previous sounds. Ah, like an apple, represented by the letter A. Like moon, represented by the letter M. S, like sun, represented by the letter S. And finally, our new sound, T, like table, and that's represented by the letter T. Let's try making the sounds that each letter represents. Ready? T, like table. S, like sun. A, like apple. Like moon. T, t, s, a, t, t, a. Now I'm going to point to a letter and you tell me the sound that that letter represents. Ready? Did you say T like table? Let's try another letter. What about this one? Did you say S like sun? Let's try this letter. Did you say like moon? Now you will need a piece of paper and a pencil as we learn how to form the lowercase and uppercase T. Let's watch as the video shows us how to form a lowercase t.
Lowercase t. 1. Pull down straight. Lift. 2. Slide right. Lowercase t.
Now pick up your pencil and let's practice writing a lowercase t along with the video.
Lowercase t. 1. Pull down straight. Lift. 2. Slide right. Lowercase t.
Now put your pencil down and watch as we learn to form the uppercase T.
Uppercase T. 1. Pull down straight. Lift. 2. Slide right. Uppercase T.
Now pick up your pencil and let's practice as we watch the video again.
Uppercase T. 1. Pull down straight. Lift. 2. Slide right. Uppercase T.
Now pick up your pencil and we're going to write the letter that represents the sounds we hear. There will be 8 sounds. Ready for the first sound? The first sound is
A.
Write the letter that represents that sound. Second sound. Third sound. Fourth sound.
S.
The next sound. The sixth sound.
S.
The next sound.
A.
And the last sound.
M.
Now let's check to see how you did. For the first sound, you should have written A for A. The second sound, T for T. The third sound, M for M. The fourth sound, S. The fifth sound, you should have written the letter T for T. The sixth sound, the letter S for S. The seventh sound, A for A. And the last sound, M, is the letter M. Now I'm going to say some words. Listen for the first sound in that word and say the sound. Then point to the letter that makes that sound. The first word is table. Say the first sound in the word table and point to the letter that makes that sound. Did you point to the letter T and say T, like in table? If so, you're correct. Let's try the next word. Top. Did you say T and point to the letter T? The next word, Sam. Did you say S and point to the letter S? The next word, met. Did you say M like in moon and point to the letter M? Tiger. You should have said T like table and pointed to the letter T. New word, sun. Did you say S like in sun and point to the letter S? If so, you're correct. Let's try another word. Sat. You should have said S like in sun and pointed to the letter S. The next word is at. You should have said A like in apple and pointed to the letter A. The next word is mud. You should have said M like in moon and pointed to the letter M. The last word is apple. Did you say A like in apple and point to the letter A? If so, you were correct. Now we're going to use our sound boxes to segment words into the sounds. The first word we'll use is the word mat, like a doormat. Listen as I break apart the sounds in the word mat. The first sound in mat is M. The next sound is ah, and the last sound is t. At, mat. Let's try another word. The next word is the word can, like a soup can. The first sound in can is k. Second sound, ah. And the last sound, n. K, an, can. The next word is pot. The first sound in the word pot is p. Next sound, ah. And the last sound, t. P, ah, t. Pot. The next word is dog. First sound, d, ah, g. Dog. And our last word is man. First sound, second sound, ah, and our last sound, n, and man. Now let's practice reading some words. We're going to stretch out the sounds we hear in the word, and then we're going to say it fast. Watch me as I do the first word in the box. Am, 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 am. I'm going to stretch out the sounds, and then I'm going to say it fast. Am. Now let's practice with the words at the bottom of the page. Ready? Take your finger and trace along with me. Am, am. At, mat. At, am, Sam. Am, tam. At, sat. Let's try those one more time. Ready? Am, at, mat. At, am, Sam. Am, tam. At, sat. What sound does mat start with? Mat starts with the sound m. What sound does mat end with? Mat ends with the t sound. At is the ending sound. Let's try that with another word. What sound does tam begin with? Tam begins with t sound. What sound does tam end with? Tam ends with the sound of am. Now we're going to practice spelling some of these words. You will need your paper and pencil, and we're going to spell 3 of those words. The first word we're going to spell is the word mat. Say the word slowly. Mat. Listen for the sounds in the word. Let's use the sound boxes to break apart those sounds. Ready? At, mat. Now write the letters that represent those sounds that you heard. Let's try another word. The word is tam. Listen for the sounds. T, am, t, am, tam. Now write the letters that represents those sounds. And our last word today is Sam. 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 Write the letters that represent the sounds in the word Sam. Now let's check to see how you did today. The first word was the word mat. At. You should have written the letters M-A-T for mat. Now let's check the next word. Tam. Am. Am. T-A-M. And finally, the last word, Sam. Am. You should have written capital S-A-M. Sam needs to begin with a capital S because it is a name. Did you remember that from our last lesson? Now we're going to practice reading this sentence with some of the words we've been practicing with today. When you read this sentence, point to each word. I'm going to give you just a minute to try this sentence on your own. All right, let's try it together now. Sam sat at a mat. Let's do that together again. Ready? Sam sat at a mat. Think about what that sentence is saying. Put a picture in your head of what Sam sat at a mat might look like. My picture is a little boy sitting on a mat on the floor, and his name is Sam.